Fox News alert, an immigration battle turning into a fistfight between Los Angeles and Arizona. Brand new hour here of America Live. Welcome, everyone. I'm Megyn Kelly. The City of Angels called for cutting all official ties with Arizona after Arizona passed its new controversial immigration law. Well, now a utilities commissioner in Arizona has a warning of his own for Los Angeles, saying you better watch these boycotts of our state. He is now threatening to pull the plug on LA's power, at least that much of it that is supplied by facilities in Arizona. Utilities Commissioner Gary Pierce writing in a letter to LA's mayor, quote, "I received your message, please receive mine." As a statewide elected member of the Arizona Corporation Commission overseeing Arizona's electric and water utilities, I too am keenly aware of the resources and ties we share with the city of Los Angeles. And boy, does he have a warning for them. Trace Gallagher live in our West Coast newsroom, where right now they have power, but perhaps not for long.
Yeah, if the lights flicker, you'll know something's going bad here, Megyn. Yeah, we just, by the way, got a response from L.A. Mayor Antonio Villaraigosa's office. We called him twice today, emailed once. Moments ago, we got the following response. It says, and I'm quoting here, "We are not going to respond to threats from a state which has isolated itself from the America that values freedom, liberty, and civil rights." Clearly, Mayor Villaraigosa is stirring the pot here. As you said, Arizona now threatening to pull the plug on Los Angeles' power. L.A. gets 25% of its power from Arizona. That means, by the way, we're talking about coal-fired plants in northern Arizona. We're talking about a nuclear power plant outside of Phoenix, as well as those two hydro plants along the Colorado River, Glen Canyon Dam, the Hoover Dam. So basically what they're saying is they'll pull back L.A. 25% power. Now, you think we have 75% left? As soon as they pull 25% offline, Megyn, that means that demand would overwhelm supply. We'd have rolling blackouts within minutes. Now, the Arizona Corporation Commissioner, Gary Pierce, has released this statement. I want to put it on the screen for you to kind of further add to what you were saying. And he says, and I'm quoting here, "I am confident that Arizona's utilities would be happy to take these or those electrons off your hands if, however, you find that the City Council lacks the strength of its convictions to turn off the lights in Los Angeles and boycott Arizona power. Please reconsider the wisdom of attempting to harm Arizona's economy." This is round one. Do not forget that Los Angeles also gets a lot of its water from Arizona and also has a lot of contracts, and we send a lot of prisoners to Arizona. We're waiting to hear back from Arizona now. Megyn.
All right, Trace Gallagher, thank you so much. And folks, speaking of Arizona, you're hearing from them at this moment. We just read you a bit of that letter that the Arizona Commissioner, Gary Pierce, wrote to the L.A. Mayor. Well, Commissioner Pierce is on the phone with us now. Commissioner, thank you so much for being here. I'm looking at your letter. It is on Arizona Corporation Commission letterhead. You are described as one of the commissioners. And I have to ask you, sir, are you serious about this? Could you pull the plug on the 25% power you supply to the city of L.A.?
Well, that's certainly not what the letter says, Megyn. What it says that I would welcome the opportunity to, in fact, help them negotiate the sale of power that they actually own in Arizona. It is managed by Arizona Utilities, and give them opportunity to, if in fact they're serious about a boycott, really boycott.
So in other words, if they really want to boycott Arizona, you say, I'll be happy to encourage the Arizona utilities to renegotiate your power agreements so L.A. no longer receives any power from Arizona companies. So in other words, if they mean it, if they really want to boycott Arizona, they can potentially say goodbye to the power they receive from Arizona.
Right, right. Just how serious are you? And that's been my contention since Thursday as I thought through this, is they really have to decide whether they're serious about this or if they're playing politics. I mean, I listened to the statement from the mayor, and I thought, holy cow, it's just more posturing.
And what, you know, Trace, he pointed out specifically that what Mayor Villaraigosa said is we are not going to respond to threats from a state that is itself threatening civil rights. This is the mantra we've heard from many critics of the new law in Arizona, that you are the ones who need to apologize for what you've done, and that those boycotting you are on the side of the angels, if you will.
You know, I'm an energy regulator, not an immigration policy regulator, and I know there's a lot of debate over that immigration bill. But the reality is, we're neighbors. There are things that we may do from time to time that we don't think are appropriate. That's an opinion. But in this case, where does it end? And that's what, as political leaders, I think they ought to think about that. Think about this. Is it truly an appropriate response? And I absolutely don't think it's an appropriate response on their part. And I wanted to wake them up and let them have a chance to weigh in on whether they're being honest or if they're disingenuous.
Well, we'll see whether they mean it, because it's saying goodbye to 25% of their power supply, if in fact they do cut off all contact with Arizona and its businesses, would mean, well, it would be a problem for L.A. So we'll see whether the mayor follows through. Sir, thank you so much for coming on with the story. We appreciate it, Commissioner.
Thank you, Megan.
What do you think? What do you think about it, folks? I mean, do you think that they actually should? If L.A. means it, if they really are going to boycott the state, should they say goodbye to everything, including power supply? Let me